And we are live, guys. Welcome to another live stream from Men of High Value channel. My name is Joseph Darling. What we're going to do today is we're going to talk about entrepreneurship and how that connects to semen retention. That's right, semen retention. In terms of entrepreneurship, let's just imagine that you have a full-time job. And then at one point you're like, I'm out of here. I'm done. I don't want to work for a boss anymore. I don't want to do this crap. I want to start my own business. And I've got the perfect idea, and I've got this other friend that I'm gonna, pair up with, and we're gonna just rock and roll with this business. You quit your job. Interesting. Now you suddenly don't have 8 hours at a full-time job anymore. What is it that happens? What's gonna happen is that you will have, your brain has gotten used to working for someone else and being bossed around and being told what to do at the whole day. You know what to do when you're at work because someone always comes to you and say, can you do this? Can you do this? Can you do this? Or you have a very specific thing that you do at your job and you do that repetitively again and again and again and again. So that was your job, but now you've moved in as an entrepreneur to set up your own business. And you have lots of time. That's a problem. The reason why that's a problem is because you're now faced with discipline and realizing that you were only disciplined at your work simply because you were being told what to do. Once you enter into business, once you enter into you becoming an entrepreneur, things change. Suddenly you're the one who has to tell yourself what to do every single moment in time. You're the one who has to set your schedule. You're the one who has to set your priorities and your repetitive actions that will create the momentum, that will create the exponential growth that you want. You're the one who have to think of the service or product, the solving of a problem that society needs, and then you have to put it into action by talking to people. You have to now find customers. You have to now find partners in business, people that can team up with you, that together you can solve that problem. You now have to meet people. You have to pick up that phone. And you have to do that multiple times per day. You have to have a discipline of contacting, let's say, 10 people per day, 20 people per day, 30 people per day. And the more people you contact, the bigger your business gets. But the problem is that you don't like to sell. Perhaps. Well, let's say you actually do like to sell, but you don't like being rejected. What's going to happen is that you're going to get rejected in the beginning. People are not going to like your idea, and they're not going to understand your idea because you're not good at selling. You've been working your full-time job, and maybe even if you were a salesperson, you had a specific product and you had a specific service that you were selling, someone else telling you what to do. Now you've moved into the entrepreneurship stage where you are the one who has the product and service, and people have to now understand that product and service from your own mouth, and you have to explain it to them. And because you're going to suck at it in the beginning, that's just how it works with every single thing. Always. You're always going to suck in the beginning of something. People are going to reject you, and then you're either going to give up or you're going to keep going until you become good at it and until people actually listen to you and agree with what you're saying. So that's the problem of entrepreneurship. You enter into this, and then if you feel rejected, eventually you won't want to pick up the phone. Now what happens when you give up? You get less money in, and when you get less money in but you still have your expenses, then what happens to your business? Eventually you're going to go back to your full-time job or another full-time job, basically with your tail behind your feet or behind your legs, and you're not going to keep going. Now, so let me give you a suggestion. Before you start into the entrepreneurship stage where you're going to get a lot of rejection and you're not going to use your time wisely because you're being emotional. Getting rejected is an emotional thing. if you're not doing it again and again and again and again past those rejections, until you don't care about the rejections anymore. Now that's what you have to get to, but in the beginning, you don't have the discipline because you're being your own boss. But more often than not, you're using that freedom wrongly. That freedom that you got from quitting a full-time job and starting your entrepreneurship stage, you're not using your time wisely. You're wasting time because you're not being disciplined to do the things that will actually propel your business forward. So, how can semen retention help you in this process? Now, the best thing for you would be to actually keep your full-time job until you've proven to yourself through your other 8 hours. You have your work, you have your 8 hours, but then you prove to yourself with those other 8 hours that you're awake, because there's 3 8-hour shifts in your day. You have your work, you have your other 8 hours, and then you've got your sleep. But it's your other 8 hours that basically determine whether you're going to become successful in business or not. Your other 8 hours is the time when you choose to be disciplined. And very often, those other 8 hours, people use on chasing girls. Or maybe they do exercise. That's great. That's a start. But then they chase girls, or they spend time with their girlfriend or their wives, or and it never becomes disciplined. You've got to learn how to use those other 8 hours and make them disciplined and start your own business in those other 8 hours. Once you create that business, and then that business provides for you and your family a lot more than what you're making at your full-time job, that's when you can stop your full-time job. So keep that full-time job until you've proven to yourself that I'm going to be disciplined with the things that are going to be necessary to get done. Now again, what does this have to do with semen retention? Semen retention is all about giving you discipline, giving you focus, and giving you self-esteem, confidence. That's the 3 things that semen retention is going to do for you, because most people don't do it. The fact that most people don't do it basically proves to you that it's so hard. Like, people don't believe that you're actually doing it when you started. I'm on day 49 now. No struggles, no problem. Day 49 of no ejaculation, none so ever. You can do that too. Easy. But in the beginning, you're going to suck. In the beginning, you're going to suck at it because you've never tried it before. Try for a week and you're going to fail. Perhaps. Maybe you're going to make it. Maybe you're actually disciplined. Fantastic. But most probably, after 2 weeks, maybe within that 2-week period, you're trying to quit, you're going to fail. Your job is to succeed at semen retention first. Succeed at semen retention, it increases your discipline, it increases your focus, and it increases your self-esteem. Now let's say you manage to do that. Then, now you can grow your business because the discipline will infuse your business. Semen retention is not gonna help you to get good at sales. But semen retention will help you to have the discipline to go through the nose again and again and again and again. Semen retention will help you to pick yourself back up when you lose, when you give up, when you fail. And that is the key to success in selling, is to just pick yourself back up and then learn from that experience and do it better. Semen retention is all about trying and failing. Because in the beginning, you're going to fail. You might even fail because you have a wet dream. I wouldn't look at that as failure, but sometimes people look at that as failure. Oh man, I didn't want to ejaculate over this next, 90 days or whatever it is that you have as a goal. But But it's trial and error, and then eventually you succeed. So semen retention is not going to make you good at sales, but it's going to give you the discipline to become good at sales by keeping at it and not giving up. Semen retention is not going to create the actual product or service for you. You have to make that yourself. But what semen retention will do, because of the life energy and the life force that you retain, will give you the creativity and the focus needed to actually figure out that product or service or solution for society. Semen retention will not pick up the phone for you. But the discipline and the focus and the self-esteem and confidence that you do get from practicing semen retention will help you to actually pick up the phone when you don't feel like it. The fact that you are mastering semen retention proves to you, and that's what's most important, it has nothing to do with anyone else but you, that you can do anything that you put your mind to. That's really what it's all about. All the other benefits, awesome. But what you want is self-esteem and confidence. Because with that, there is no possible way for you not to succeed in business. People are so afraid of starting their own business because, oh man, I might fail. Everyone wants to have their own business, but they're all afraid. We lived our lives in fear. That's a quote from an awesome movie, Strictly Ballroom. Is that what you want your life to be? Living your life in fear? Are you serious? You only have your other 8 hours. Use them wisely to build your business, to prove to yourself that you can be disciplined, you can be focused, and just watch your self-esteem and confidence grow. Because it's gonna happen. Just as 100% sure that you are, that if you masturbate, you will have an ejaculation. It's a fact. Unless you're having some health difficulties or some abnormalities of any, if you masturbate, 100% sure, you will ejaculate. And that's the exact same thing when it comes to business. It's the exact same thing. If you work and focus on your end goal in your business, and you focus, you're bound to win. It's like 100% sure that you will succeed in business. It's all about not giving up and longevity, stamina, being able to control yourself. If you can control yourself, you can actually lead yourself and thereby lead others. And that's what business is. That's what entrepreneurship is. If you can lead others to be part of your team and build something, and lead others to actually purchase your service or product because it's going to help them out, you're going to become a success. And you will create the lifestyle that you want to create for yourself. This is the Men of High Value channel. Make sure you like and subscribe, and I will definitely see you again tomorrow.